continue from here. Roses came to Jesus asking for a fence around me every day. Clay fences by August Wilson symbolizes A. Sadness, B. Protection of the family, C. Pain from Troy's behavior, D. Protection for Coria's son. The answer to that question is B. Protection of the family. Because in the play, you find out that there was this talk about Rose trying to tell Troy to build a fence that would serve as a boundary and keep their home intact. But Troy delays most of the time. So the answer is B. Let's look at the recommended prose text. Here we have books like Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte, Second Class Citizen by Buchi Emecheta, Invisible Man, and then we also have another prose text that we'll discuss in the slides. The first is Second Class Citizen by Buchi Emecheta. In the novel Second Class Citizen by Buchi Emecheta, Ada was nicknamed Dash, A. Igbo Witch, B. Obanje, C. Igbo Tigress, D. Evil Child. The answer is Igbo Tigress, because remember there was a part where she actually fought at school and then she beat up a boy, and so she was nicknamed the Igbo Tigress. 42. Ada's manuscript in the novel Second Class Citizen by Buchi Emecheta was called Dash, A. Bride Price, B. Brain Box, C. The Bride, D. Brainchild. The answer to that question is Bride Price. Remember, Ada took up writing after she left her job at the library for a while, before she had her fourth child, and she wanted Francis to just read through. Rather, Francis picked up the Bride Prize, the manuscript which she was writing, and got it burnt. 43. A man who cares little about his children's upbringing will soon realize that he will lose his manhood should the children get to know that it was their mother that bought them clothes and food. Second Class Citizen by Buchi Emecheta. The statement was made to Francis by who? A. Mr. Noble, B. Mr. Opara, C. Lawyer Nweze, D. Boy. The answer to that question is Mr. Opara, and that was the man Francis hated. Francis hated Mr. Opara so much because Mr. Opara was fond of telling him the truth. 44. The novel Unexpected Joy at Dawn by Alex A. Aguirre alludes to Dash regime in Nigeria. That novel was written by a Ghanaian, and there were two major incidents in the novel. The first was the Deportation Act by the Ghanaian government after the reign of Kwame Nkrumah, and then the second was when Nigeria did same to Ghana. Remember the phrase Ghana must go as well. That was the story that led to it. So as a result, during the regime of General Muhammadu Buhari, he decided to do that to the Ghanaians, and they were still living in that with those bands. So the answer to that question is General Muhammadu Buhari. It was during his regime that happened. Number 45. Mama Olu Orojo in the novel Unexpected Joy at Dawn by Alex A. Aguirre was a member of Dash Church, A. Christi Church, B. Amen Church, C. Amen Christi Church, D. Amen Christi Church. Here you have to look at the way the words are actually spelled, the Christi in this case. So the answer to that question is Amen Christi Church. Herself and her friend Ibuk were initiated into that church. Number 46, we'll look at the book Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. The novel Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte can be described as Dash in nature. A. Allegorical, B. Satirical, C. Historical, D. Gothic. The answer to that question is Gothic. And you must note that a Gothic novel is one that is dominated by elements of terror, horror, and supernatural. Now, why is Wuthering Heights a Gothic novel? It's a Gothic novel because the description alone of the novel talks about Wuthering Heights as a haunted house. The house had been there for over 300 years. And remember in the novel that when Mr. Lockwood went to sleep, he could hear Catherine's ghost knocking at the door, asking to be let in. Not only that, Catherine and Heathcliff's ghosts were seen around Wuthering Heights. They were roaming. So that's why it's a Gothic novel. 47. Heathcliff in the novel Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte is brought to the Henshaw's residence from dash A. Liverpool, B. Thrushcross Grange, C. Manchester, and D. Nottingham. The answer to that question is Liverpool. It was when Mr. Henshaw travelled to Liverpool that he saw Heathcliff, a young orphan boy, and picked him to Wuthering Heights. He actually adopted him. Nellie Dean in the novel Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte spent dash years with the Henshaws. A. 28, B. 18, C. 38, D. 48. The answer to that question is 18. She spent 18 years in Wuthering Heights as the nanny, and at some point when Catherine got married to Edgar, she moved over to Catherine's house. So she spent 18 years in Wuthering Heights. 49. The narrator in the novel Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison was initiated into dash A. The brothers, B. Brethren, C. The men, D. The brotherhood. The answer to that question is the brotherhood. The narrator is nameless in the novel Invisible Man, and he was initiated to the cult, the brotherhood, because he actually felt he was vocal and could speak at that time. So that's the answer to that question. Number 50. The riots in the novel Invisible Man that makes the narrator realize his blind folly in following the brotherhood alludes to dash incidents. Remember that the novel Invisible Man alludes to a particular incident in Harlem, America, at that point in time, and also looks at the issue of racism. So the answer is, the options are A. New York racial riot, B. Harlem race riot, C. Racism issues in America, D. World War II. The answer to that question is Harlem race riot. That was the incident that took place in 1923, and as a result, the narrator ended up realizing that the brotherhood were a group of fake people who weren't fighting for the ideologies that he thought they were fighting for. And so when he noticed the riot, he ran into a manhole and lived there for years. He ran there for safety. So we'll look at other questions from other works as well. Let's look at Fences again. In the play Fences by August Wilson, the name of the child Troy had with his mistress is dash A. Corey, B. Alexa, C. Renelle, D. Rose. The answer to that question is Renelle. Remember, Troy also had a child after Corey. That was Renelle. 52. In the novel Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte, the name of Hindley's wife is dash A. Kathy, B. Catherine, C. Frances, and D. Isabella. The answer to that question is Frances. Kathy was Catherine and Edgar's daughter. Catherine in the novel was also Hindley's sister. Frances is actually the wife of Hindley, and then Isabella was Edgar's sister in the novel. 53. Thrushcross Grange was the home of the dash A. Henshaws, B. Cartons, C. Lintons, and D. Cliffords. The answer to that question is the Lintons, because in the play in the novel you have two families, the Henshaws and the Lintons. 54. Heathcliff returned from dash after 3 years to Thrushcross Grange. A. Gimmerings, B. Wuthering Heights, C. Nottingham, and D. Liverpool. The answer is Gimmerings. Remember that by the time Heathcliff left Thrushcross Grange because he overheard the discussion Catherine had with Nellie over the love of whether or not she should go ahead to marry Edgar. That was Catherine who was talking to Nellie because she wanted to know whether or not it was right to go ahead to marry Edgar, not knowing that she had a soft spot for Heathcliff. So the answer is Gimmerings. Heathcliff, hearing the discussion, left immediately and went to Gimmerings for 3 years. By the time he returned, he realized that Catherine was already married to Edgar. The next question. What was the name of Catherine's child? A. Hatton, B. Linton, C. Cappy, and D. Hindley. The answer to that question is Cappy. 56. The play The Lion and the Jewel is divided into 3 major groups, dash, dash, and dash. A. Morning, noon, and evening. B. Morning, noon, and night. C. Morning, afternoon, and night. D. Morning, noon, and evening. There are 3 major groups, and then one might likely say the event happened in a day. But the answer to that question, morning, noon, and night. In the morning, we find Lakule trying to move Sidi. In the afternoon, we notice Sidi leaving Lakule and trying to fall for Baruka's tricks. Then at night, we notice that Baruka and Sidi falls into Baruka's trap, and she is torn between whether or not to get married to Lakule. 59. The play The Lion and the Jewel was set in A. Ilesha, B. Ilujinle, C. Ilere, D. Ilasa. The answer is Ilujinle, because Baruka is the ballet of Ilujinle. 58. Baruka's picture was put on what section of the magazine? A. Center spread beside Sidi's picture, B. Front page beside Sidi's picture, C. Corner page beside the pit latrine, D. Front page beside the pit latrine. The answer is the corner page beside the pit latrine. That was where the picture was put. While Sidi had the center spread to show that she's the belle of the land, Baruka was put by the little corner beside the pit latrine. Okay, 59. In the novel Invisible Man, the narrator hid in the dash during the riot. A. Manhole, B. Forest, C. House, and D. Church. The answer to that question is manhole. Number 60. The name of Emeteo's friend in the play Midsummer's Night Dream is dash. A. Demetrius, B. Quince, C. Helena, D. Hawk. The answer to that question is Helena. So here's wishing you all the best in your exams. You could feel free to go through these questions as they are useful tools. Have all the best in your exams. Thank you.